So now the first thing to do now is I want to fold my pattern into two because I want to cut the front first. I'm cutting the front first. So the idea now is for me to measure the bust and add whatever I want to add to it. This is where the trick comes in. Please pay attention. So now I've measured the bust because the bust of my client is 46. So that is divided by 4. If you are a fashion designer, you already know that we divide our bust by 4. Because this is 2, I'm cutting only front. I'm going to cut another 2 for back. So our 46 divided by 4 will give us 11 and half, and this is 12. We have to extend it because we need allowance. We need extra allowance. So now this is 11 and half. We have 1, 2, almost 3. So that's what we want. We are in our right measurement now. Into 2, we have it now. So this is 11 and half. We have 1, 2, 3, like extra allowance, almost 3 inches allowance inside. But I'm not going to be using the 3. I'm going to be using 2 because when you're sewing ready to wear, you don't really need too many allowance inside. So now for this top, it had a strap. It has a strap. So now the under bust of my client is what? From shoulder to under bust is 17. If I am sewing ready to wear, I used to remove 1 inch from the other bust, and it usually worked perfectly for me. Since I've been using it, has been working perfectly for me. So it is the best. It makes the clothes snatch and finer, so it will not look like native. So now I'm going to just remove 5 inches for the strap at the upper part. If you see the style, you will see the strap that I'm talking about. So this is me removing the strap. Just place it on top of the material, then search for the under bust that you're looking for. The under bust I'm looking for here now is 16, and this is the 16 here that I'm looking for. So I'm going to mark that 16 out. Straight line. That's my 16 that I've marked. Straight line. So that's my under bust. So now I'm going to determine where I'm going to make the joining from the down, where I'm going to join the down part to the fabric. So what I usually do is I just add 4 inches to this measurement. That's what I do. Don't stress yourself, just add 4 inches. If the person's half length, you do not know your client's half length, especially when you're dealing with ready to wear, you don't know your client's half length, just use this 4. You can never go wrong. You can never go wrong. Except, let me mark it so that I will be able to get it accurately. Except when your client tells you, or the style that the person has chosen is actually not something that is 4, like you cannot add 4 to it. There are some half lengths that are longer, like they come down more than these 4 inches. You can add extra to it, but 4 will never go wrong for anybody, whoever the person is, whatever size the person is using. 4 inches to under bust usually give you the half length. So you just mark it straight. This is where my half length is going to reach. So this is where we are going to be working with. I'm going to be using this place as a neckline, don't forget. The first thing we did, we removed 5 inches from the up, then we got our under bust. From our under bust, we measure 4 inches to get our half length. That's where it's going to start from. So the next thing I am going to be doing here now is to measure the neckline. The neckline is V. Just don't mind the overlapping there, but the neckline is V. So what we are going to do now is to measure 5. Please, this 5 is constant for everybody. Measure 5, except the person is extremely small, as from size 10 upward, size 8, size 10 upward. This 5 is usually constant, except you want to increase it. So now you measure 5 here, then you take your tape rule, that 5 that you have removed for the strap, you place it here just the same way. Then you determine where the V-neck is going to stop. I think I would prefer the V-neck to stop at 7 or 7.5. My client likes to expose her breast, so 7.5 will be perfect for me. So this is 7.5 here, this 7.5 here. So I'm just going to mark the 7.5 here. So I'm going to now cut it. You can decide to use this ruler to do it, or you just decide to use your hand. Most times I do free hand. I like free hand. My free hand usually works for me perfectly, but you can decide to use this ruler if you want. So this is what we have now. This is what we have. We have our v-neck now. So now you take, the next thing to do now is to take your strap, your 5-inch strap, take it like this, just the way I'm doing it. Just follow it up the way I'm doing it, you will definitely get it. So just take this 5 inches like this from here and determine the armhole. Everybody knows armhole is 8, it's usually 8. So this is my 8 here, understand? This is my 8. So I'm just going to be curving this. You can use this if you want. However you want to do it, you can use it. But make sure you place it properly. This is it. This is it. This is me getting my armhole here. Just do this straight. Draw this straight. Then you have it. This is what we have now. So now her bust, I'm just going to measure it again to reconfirm, to make sure that my bust is okay. So now her bust is 46 divided by 4. We have 11 and a half. 1, 2. Please, 13 is okay. 13 is okay for her bust. So now I'm going to go straight to her waistline. Don't take your waistline from the under bust, please. People make this mistake. Take it from this last line. That's when the clothes is going to be snatched at this waistline. So now her waist is 36. 36 is 9. 9 plus 9, 18. 18 plus 18, 36. So that is 9. 36 divided by 4 will give me 9. I just add 2 inches. That's 11. I mark it. So you can actually take your ruler to avoid unnecessary complaints. Then you just take it straight like this. Just take it straight. This is what we have. Can make this place so that it will be properly shaped. And this is what we have. So now you cut it out. So we have this. This is what we have now. After cutting it out, this is what we have. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I want to do the overlapping. Although I told you guys that this is actually, I'm cutting 2, but it's actually one part I am cutting. You understand what I'm talking about now when I do it. So I want to turn this now to the overlapping, because the dress we are actually cutting is an overlapping dress. So now just take it like this. It's not hard at all. Take it from this neck area, this ending part of the neck area. Just take it straight. I cannot tell you what to measure from here to here, because your I don't know the length, the half length of your client. I don't know if your client is this big. So just take it from this neck, just take it straight. Assuming it's those normal overlapping that used to go down according to this style that I am cutting. If it is those other overlap, you just bring it down, straight down like this. But this one that you are seeing that I'm cutting on the screen, that I'm cutting, it's actually like this. So depending on the style that you're giving, that's when you will know how to do it. So this is how we're going to take it straight. I'm just going to take it straight, just like this. Straight like this. So when you have it straight like this, you just carry your scissors, then you cut it out. So what I do most times is, to make this overlapping very firm and nice, I shift it out like this. Make sure you shift it out at least 1 inch out. So shift it 1 inch out. This shifting out does not affect here, please. Just here, the end part. Let me show you what I'm saying. This is it. Here. Can you see it? I just shifted that out. It's very, very important. It makes your overlapping stay perfectly well. Stay put. If you don't do this, your overlapping will not stay put. I've said it severally in my videos. You can check it on my TikTok. I have this overlapping on my TikTok. You must do it. You see what has happened to what we have cut now? You see that here is no longer equal. Please, here should not be equal. If you can trim it like this without shifting it, you are free, but please do it like this. So now I want to open it and see if what I've cut is okay. Sometimes, most times, you see that this point is having error. It's not straight. You can just straighten it. This is what we have. So now we are just going to mark this place so that you know that that's the middle point. That's where the overlapping is going to start from. So this one, now I told you I was cutting one. Now you can see I'm going to use this one now to cut 2 for the front. In fact, if the cloth is enough, you can cut 4 so that it will be doubled. So 2 for this side, 2 for this side. But if it's not enough, you can use lining to double it. Just cut 2 of this, so 1 will be overlapping 1. By the time I'm cutting it, you understand. So now I'm going to cut the back pattern, the back. So for my back pattern, this is what we have. Just place your paper on the floor like this. Then you put this here. Just put it on it. But you are going to give it zip allowance. Just give small space for zip allowance, okay? Small space for zipper allowance, please do not forget. You add it. This is what we have. So now you are going to trace it. Just trace it with your you can cut it straight away. Just make sure you lay it properly. Straight away like this. You just cut it. When you get to this armhole line, just stop. When you get to the armhole line, just stop. Just stop. Then you take your pen, you mark it, meaning that this is where the armhole line ends. This is where it ends. So now what you are going to do is to take your tape, measure, remove the 5 inches that you removed earlier. This is the 5 inches that you removed earlier from the hand. So mark 10. Where 10 ends will be where the neck at the back will end. This is where the neck will end. Because the back part used to be lower than the front. And I want the back to be straight back. Straight. Not V-neck. Just straight back. So for you to know where to end it from the back, just mark where the underbust and the armhole reach. You mark it here. Then you remove the 5 inches here. Then you just mark the 10. 10 is usually standard for low back. It's really very beautiful. When I use it for my ready to wear, it's really very, very, very beautiful. Perfect for me. 10 works for me. If I don't know what works for you, you can use whatever works for you. So now I've marked the 2 lines. But here, please, you can decide to mark this line so you know that this is where your zipper allowance ends. So that's it. So you are free to remove all this now. Free to remove them. So now you can trace this to this. You can look for a way to do it. You can trace this to this. And trace it. And take it straight. Just look for a way to do it so it can rhyme with it. You can just use your hand to finish it up instead of wasting your time. So that's the back that we have. So you cut this out. So this is the back. Please mark this place for you to know that this is the side. That's what I do. So now, please, for this back, another thing to note. Let me mark here. Another thing to note is if you leave this back like this, when your client wears the dress, she's going to complain because when you fix your zip will be folding. It will be folding behind. Your zip will be folding. You will not like the outcome. You know those zips that they don't relax. They are always folding. They are always folding. So don't allow that. So what you are going to do is to reduce this space. Just reduce it. Just reduce it. Just reduce it. reducing, not reduce it too much, just more like this. So people would ask, how many inches did I remove? They don't know. So let me just check it out. See, just half inch, then 0.1, half inch, 0.1. That's what I removed. So this is the back. So now we have the back and we have the front. So this is our front pattern. So now for the down pattern, I'm going to be doing a full front, but the length I cannot waste pattern paper because this is a very long dress. So I'm going to use this as the full length here. So when I'm cutting in the material, I will add the length to it. So you can decide to use your pattern paper like this too. It's okay, it's fine. So now I've folded this into two, which I have measured the hip. The hip of my client is 48. So we are looking for 48 divided by 4, that would be 12. So this is 12. Then I added extra allowance. 1, 2. That's what I had. This is 14 now that I have here. So this is what I have. I folded it into two. I'm going to be using this pattern to cut both the back and the front. So just watch carefully, you will get it. So the first thing I'm going to do is the waistline. What's my client's waist? Her waist is 36 earlier. You know, we said it earlier. Her waist is 36. 36 divided by 4 will give us 9. Then plus 2, that's 11. I'll mark it like this. Then you come down, just measure 7. I'll measure 8 because this person is fat. So 8. So her hip, I think we already have a hip measured already. So this is it. Just take it like this. Then I'll just leave this one just like this because I don't know what I'm measuring yet because the length is full. So I'm just going to take that like that. That's for it, for this. That's what we have now. So we'll cut it out. So I'm going to be using this pattern to cut the back. After using this pattern to cut the back, then I will now come and use the pattern to cut the front pattern so that you will see how I will do it. And now this is my fabric that I'm going to be using for this tutorial. So I bought it for my client. So I'm just going to do edges to edges. That's how I do my clothes. So I'm just going to fold it into two. Make sure that it's very long. It's very, very long. So I'm just going to do like this. And I'm just going to place it like that. Just arranging it so that I will get what I want. So now I have it arranged just like this. So I'm going to put this pattern. I'm going to use it to cut the back. The only thing I'm going to do is to add seam allowance and zipper allowance. And this is what I'm doing. I just added the zipper allowance. That's just what I did. So now this is it. So I'm just going to mark it. I'm just going to mark it. So now I'm going to measure my length of gown, removing my half length. My half length earlier was 16, then I added 4. 1, 2, 3, 16, then 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 20. I'll just use 19 because I don't want to use exact. So I do it, I measure it. What's my client's length? Length of gown is 62. This is 60. This is 60. Then we are going for 62. Then let me mark. So I'll just mark 3 inches. 3 inches extra. So that's 63 as my client's length. So I'll just come like this now and come and do it straight. This is all we have. Just trying to make sure it's not too pencil. So this is what we have. So I already have it. So as for this place, this is my hip line, where I got my hip line that time. I mentioned 8, where I have this hip line. So what I'm going to do from this hip line, I want to create a shape behind. I don't want the shape to, the back part to just be straight. So I want to create a curve. So just from here, I'll just take like 2 inches downward. Then I'll just take this straight. I want to remove the zipper allowance I put at the back for the down part. So the down part will not have any zipper allowance. That's what I want to do. You can see the shape. Let me mark this upper part. I know what I'm doing. So this is what we have. So I can remove this now. This is what we have. So I can cut it. Sometimes when you're cutting, it's directly to the right part. So that first one was my right part. So that's why I used it. So now from here, just enter. I'm going to take another line for the back as my zipper allowance. As the down part, so just not the up. The upper part, I still have my zipper allowance here. I'll mark it. I still have it here. So it's not going anywhere. But you see this part, I'm just going to take my zipper allowance just like this. Then I will not be able to fold here. So here we'll be able to come inside, while here we enter inside. So that's the idea. So this is what we have. This is the back pattern. So now for the front, I'm going to use this to cut one for the front. One for the front. This style used to waste fabric very well. So when your client is showing you, collect money. So I'm going to do this so you can get the front pattern. First one. This is usually the first one that will be at the inner. I'm going to cut it. Not forgetting our back. The one we cut already. I'll place it on it. So I'll be able to get the length that I used before. I'm just placing this here. So I'll be able to get the length and everything that I used before. This down part this time, please use everything. Use everything because it's the front we are talking about. It's the back I want to reduce and not the front. So I'm just going to do this. Just going to place it on it like this. I'm just going to cut it. Look at it very well. I'm just going to cut it. So just remove this because I've gotten what. So the next thing now is to manipulate this one to be able to get the front pattern, that overlapping that you're seeing in the style. So this, just keep it here. Then this one, let's say, just consider that, okay, let's say I'm wearing this front part, and let's say I'm wearing it on my body like this. Let's say I'm wearing it on my body like this. I will just check it automatically now that, okay, this is my left hand and this is my right. So slits are usually at the right hand. Slits are usually at the left, sorry. They're usually at the left side. So this is where I want to put that overlapping. This is where I want to slit. So I will just mark it like this. This is where I want to slit. So I do like this. Then I place it here so I can manipulate this. So I place whatever I want to place on it so that you know move. I brought the camera closer so that you'll be able to see it properly. So now I'm going to be manipulating this one for the front pattern. So the first thing we're going to be considering is the overlapping. You know, I already told you that this is where I want to bring my overlapping from. So the first thing you measure now is to measure 14, because I already measured my client where she wants the overlapping, where she wants that opening to be. So this is okay, 14. I already marked it. This is the 14 here. So as I get my 14 now, the next thing to do is to curve it. From this 14, don't mind the length. Most times, you know, it's folded. So this is how it is. This is how it will be. To now go down, straight. Go down. So this is what I do to guide me first. So when I do that, you can open this. You can open it. So now this will be your guide. This is the midpoint here. So this slit is going to come from the midpoint. It's like you adding to this one that I have already done. That's just my guide. Just come. Take it. Just like this. Take it. This is all we have. So you cut it off. Remember that this, assuming this is long enough, it would have just gone down, understand? But just because of the sake of this, we're just going to use it like this, the end here. So when I am doing the other the full pattern, you get to see what I'm talking about. So the first thing you do now is to cut it out. If you cut it out, this is what you have. If you cut it out correctly, this is what you have. So with this now, hold this so that it will be. The next thing now is to do the pleatings. So I'm going to be doing slash and spread. Slash and spread. So now the first pleating just came like this. Came. And it came like this. That's how we're going to be doing it. Then the other one came from on top of the hips line. So I'm just going to take this. Just like this. We have the two lines here now. So you are going to cut it out. You're going to cut the two lines out. This is the first one, the second one. Just kind of check it properly. Is it okay? So is it? Yeah. So we cut these lines out. One. And this is two. Cut them out. This is what you have. So this is what I'm going to be using to do the slash and spread. What I'm going to be using to do the slash and spread. So before then, you can bring this. You can decide to even do that one before doing this, like before doing the cutting. But me, I do it any way I want. Just bring this front part that you cut already. This front part that you cut already. Just bring it here like this. And place this on it. Okay. Just place this on it like this. Make sure that they are equal. You can do this before doing the slash and spread, because you see how difficult it is now, because I've already done the slash and spread. So you can do that before this one. Anyone that works for you is fine. So you do like this. So now I want to determine this other part, how it will be. Now I'm going to bring this from here. You can choose to mirror, but I already know what I'm doing. So this thing is actually the side of her leg, and this is like the midpoint of her leg here. Just bring it here. This is the midpoint of her leg here. So this is where I'm going to mark. So you remove this. After you mark here and mark here, you remove this. I'm just going to bring this here like this. I'm going to bring this here like this, so I can meet this line. Don't use exactly, because you're going to fold. Give space for fold. Just come straight. This is what we have. For those of you that don't get it, this is it. So I'm getting this line. I'm going to cut. So that's it. So this is what we have at that one point. So when you fold it now, so you'll be able to achieve whatever you want to achieve here. So now for this, I'm going to just be arranging it. I'll be arranging it properly before I carry the other one to it. So now, this is what we have. Just arrange it on it, just like this. Right, your fabric. I'm going to be pinning this one first. I'm going to be pinning this. Pin this one here. I pin this so it won't move, and I'm going to be pinning this as well. So we have, you can pin this one too. The idea is that it should not move till you are done cutting. So this is what you have. So we are going to pin this. I'm going to give space here. Just some pleatings, just two I saw there. Just this. Also one plenty I saw there. We have. to pin this too. So now I'm just going to do like this for those splittings that are there. Just going to do like this. Then I pin it. Just going to do like this and pin this. So now just going to be doing this like this. We just arrange it on it. Just take it. Then we're going to be marking it. So we're going to be marking it. So now we're going to be bringing, let me mark here so that the length can be uniform. So I'm just going to be bringing this like this thing is very stressful. There's another way I cut it, it's easier, but does not really come out really nice the way this one needs to come out. So that's why I prefer this. It's more accurate. When the person wears it, it looks very beautiful. Forgot to mark that place. You can actually bring this one here to be able to get this straight. So now I'm going to cut it out. Check it if this is down part. I remove my pins. That's what I've done. Now I'm going to do this. I forgot before removing it, I was supposed to cut this away. I forgot. So I'm just trying to arrange it back so I can get that shape. I'm just going to mark it. Shape we have. Add something I'll use to sew it. Thank God. This place that we are considering that it was not equal, we'll cut it off now. So yeah, at last. So this one we have. I'm going to be arranging it now. So you will arrange it to see if what you have done is okay. If it's not okay, then you can re-cut it to make sure that everything comes out. I think at this point, I'm good with it. So we are good. going to cut. Mind you, this is 3 yards of material that I'm using. This is 3 yards of material that I'm using. So this is it. I'm not going to cut 4 of this because it would be a waste of the material. I'm just going to cut half of this just to cover up. Okay, that's what I will do. Okay, I didn't mark that point. That's the overlapping point. So this is how it's going to be. It's looking like this when we are done, when the person wears it, because this one we're still going to do like this. Okay, left according to the style. We're still going to do some pleatings like this, so this will come down. Obviously this also will come down, so we'll achieve what we want to achieve for the neck part. It's better it's looking close like this. When you are done, when the person wears it, it will be opened. But if you cut it, it's opened. When the person wears it, it will be more opened. So take note. That's one of the mistakes I usually do then, but now I don't do it again. So let it be a normal neck as you're cutting it. Then when you are done, you will see the outcome. You'll be shocked. So let me cut the back with this. Then I want my client's strap to be bigger than that one because she has a very big breast. So this strap is the only option to hold that breast for her. So that's why I'm going to just turn it, like fold it like this, then sew it and bring it out. That's the idea for this. So now for the front, let me just get like a 2. I'll just use it to turn this front part only. That's all. I'll just use any gum, glue it to the ground. So this will be to just use to turn inside. I'll just use this to sew this and put it inside so that I can have something like this. That's why I did that. So this is the cutting. Thank you so much for watching. So if you find this video helpful, please like, subscribe and share. This channel is just growing and I need your help so that I can grow. If you know you want videos like this, just subscribe, like and share. Thank you so much. it will serve as an encouragement for me to continue to do more and more of this video. Thank you so much. Bye. See you next time.